You are getting ready to begin the Ultimate Frisbee unit. At this point, some of you have played this before, but most have not. This video will help you understand the game. The goal of Ultimate Frisbee is to move the Frisbee into the opponent's end zone in order to score. If we are lucky enough to have good weather, there will be 3 fields set up outside just like what is pictured. If we are inside, there will either be 2 courts or 1 court and you'll play short games. Each field's boundaries go from cone line to cone line. The end zone begins after the last cone on each side. To start the game, teams will play rock, paper, scissors to see who begins with the Frisbee. Teams will start in the middle in order to get the game going. The green team won rock, paper, scissors, so begins with the Frisbee. Whoever is the ref will count out loud 5 Mississippis. That is the amount of time the player throwing has. If they don't throw within those 5 seconds, it becomes the other team's possession. The referee will also count steps. When the Frisbee is caught, the player that received it is allowed to take 3 steps. After 3 steps, that player then has to pivot on 1 foot like in basketball. Any more than 3 steps results in the other team's possession. Let's talk about scoring. Each team must complete 3 passes before attempting to score. However, after getting 3 passes, your team earns 1 point. So if your team completes 6 passes before attempting to score, you got it. You already earned 2 points. Let's watch this animation. The green team moves away from the defenders to get open, and then they get their first pass. They now need 2 more passes before they can score. If they get 3 passes and then lose possession, they still have 1 point. Watch this video. So they completed 3 passes but then lost possession. So they still have 1 point. A goal is worth 1 point, so if your team gets 3 passes and then scores a goal, it equals 2 points. So as you saw, they completed 3 passes and then they scored inside the end zone. So that is a total of 2 points. Notice how the player caught the Frisbee in the end zone. That is what needs to happen in order to score. You are not allowed to catch the Frisbee and then run it in like you did in football. After a team scores in the end zone, the other team will start with the Frisbee right there. There are numerous ways that will change possession. Taking longer than 5 seconds to throw and taking more than 3 steps with the Frisbee, as already mentioned. If your team throws the Frisbee out of bounds or if they catch it out of bounds. If the opposing team intercepts it. If the opposing team knocks it down in the air, it can't be knocked down out of someone's hands before they throw it, or if your team drops a pass. Wherever a team loses possession is where the other team starts the next play. Obviously, the goal of the defensive team is to prevent the other team from scoring. However, we want a game to be played, so you have to play cold defense, which is at least 2 arm lengths away from your opponent. The first picture is hot defense. If I continue to see this, I will give the other team 1 point. The second picture shows cold defense, which is what we want. Just like in football, If your team is unable to throw and catch a Frisbee, you aren't going to be very successful. There are a series of videos you are going to watch. The first two are on the backhand and forehand throw, and the last one is one I created prior to being married, which is why you'll see my maiden name. The one I created goes over each throw along with catching a Frisbee. They all give just a little different tips, which is why I want you to watch all three. Before you watch them, know that a backhand throw is when the back of your hand is showing, and a forehand throw is when your forearm is showing.